3 ways to get a girlfriend. That's it. Let's keep it simple here, guys. First, I'm gonna cover the one that I think is just the biggest waste of time, and I'll quote some stats on it and you can double check on it because it's the internet and we have AI. Okay, number 1, online dating. Straight up, for most of you, a giant waste of time, and I'll break down why that is. Okay, on your major dating apps, Hinge, Bumble, 60% guys, 40% girls, so the odds are already not in your favor. You can ask ChatGPT this. Also, if you look at who gets most of the swipes, top 10% of guys get like 60% of the swipes, top 20% of guys get 80% of the swipes, and then top 40% of the guys get 95% of the swipes. So who is this even a good idea for? Okay, if you are a very handsome guy, which I'm not really working with that. If you're watching this video, my guess is that's probably not you either. If you are a very handsome guy, like if you look around your group and like you're one of like the most attractive guys, dating apps are gonna crush for you. But like I said, if you're watching this video, that's probably not you. Now, if you're an average guy that's using the dating apps, there's only 2 real things you're gonna learn from the dating apps. One is messaging, like learning how to kind of flirt and be more engaging, which is good. And then number 2 is gonna be actually going out on dates, which is gonna be relatively hard for you to do, but you will still get to learn how to message in an engaging way, call a girl, get a girl to show up. So I'm not saying to not do it. I'm just saying that unless you are a very handsome guy, it's gonna be your lowest return on investment as far as time put in. Again, 3 ways to do it. Okay, number 2 way is social. It's very simple. Work, school, any clubs that you're a part of, gym, anything with a social context, which before dating apps was how most people met, was going out and being social, okay? Now, for most people, work, they like work from home, and then there's a whole Me Too thing, but anyways, school, work, being part of clubs, right? Running club, book club, professional organization, whatever, and gym. Okay, the game here is pretty simple. It really comes down to 2 things for this social category, okay? The number 1 thing here is just framing yourself as the friendly guy. It's if you go to a gym a lot and then the only time you talk to someone is where you try to approach a girl you're attracted to, screwed. If you go to class or you go to school and the only time you talk to someone is when you, what you want to do in these environments is kind of just talk with everyone. Like just generally be a friendly person. Set the frame up so that you're a friendly person. And that way, when you do see a girl you're attracted to, of course you're going to talk to her because you kind of talked to everyone else there. So the second bucket here, again, is the social bucket, where it's environments that you're seeing people on a repeated basis. And the best frame here is just being friendly and talking to everyone. And that way, if you do see a cute girl, it makes complete sense. The second thing that you can do in these environments, which I recommend for every guy, is becoming a leader if it's possible. That's not really possible if you're at a gym and you're just like a gym goer outside of being the guy that's just friendly to everyone. But if it's a club or an organization or something where it's kind of like, you know, men and women coming together, or it's in class, you can be the person that kind of engages the professor a lot. Or if it's in, like I said, an organization, you can look for a leadership role because it naturally makes you more attractive. Okay, the third way, very exciting, Todd. The third way to meet women is to go out and hit on women. Daytime, nighttime, whatever. So online dating, social, going out and hitting on women. This one is a superpower, okay? And there's a couple reasons why. The better you get at going out and meeting women, it will directly translate to all of the other opportunities, right? So you can take a guy who is like kind of okay socially, and you have him like work on going out and approaching women. Now when you put him back in his normal environment, he crushes. Like he becomes one of the top guys in the environment, because when you go out to talk to women, nobody knows you and no one gives a shit about you, which means you get like immediate feedback on what you're doing that's working and not working. Now, I'm not saying to be overly gamey in your social environment, like the number 2 bucket. When you're in a social environment where people are going to see you repeatedly, that's not the time to like game super hard. But my point is, if you go out consistently and you get better at talking to strangers, you become more engaging, you get more awareness, you get more social awareness, you get more confidence, your voice, your lateral thinking, you open up. Just like I'm talking to this camera right now, the fact that I'm able to move and shift my tone, where do you think it comes from? Maybe me having to go out and talk to strangers and get them to listen to me, even though I look like this, okay? So the third bucket, going out, not only does it add a bunch of potential girlfriends or friends or lady friends or life partners into your life, but it also gives you the ability now that when you go back into your normal environment, when you go back into, a gym, or you go back into, being out in your normal daily life, you're bringing all of that over. So 3 ways to do this: online, pros and cons I covered, being social, and then going out to approach women. If you want to get a girlfriend and you want to become more attractive to women and you want to get all of these areas to work for you, I put a free course, completely free, below. Click the link below. I have taken my best information, everything that I know, after years of working on this area, and your boy sucked and now is slightly better. Wink, wink. Click the link. I have put my best information in there. How to get a girlfriend, the partner that you want, the girl you want, whether you want to become more attractive to women, whether you want to get more dates, whether you want to find a wife or a girlfriend, or you just want to have more fun with the opposite sex. Link below. All my best information. I hope that helps. I know as guys, we make things just so complicated. So the point of this video was to kind of just get it down to 3 basic things, like not make it too complicated. There's a lot more nuances in each of these buckets, but I want to cover the main buckets. And I do just want to reiterate this like I did at the start of the video, which is, unless you're a very handsome guy, online dating apps are generally going to be a waste of your time. Yes, you will still learn to get better at messaging, which is important. And you will learn kind of like when you're on a date. So I don't want to say that it's a complete waste of time. But if you're at home swiping, guess what every other guy is doing? Just sitting at home and swiping. You're not developing and becoming more attractive. Exciting stuff. Also, I'm going to link to other videos that I recommend watching if this video was good for you. And then click the link. Just take the free course. Take it. Okay. Todd out. I'll be back.